The date is September 22nd, 2017. A food delivery app on the rise decides to change a pay model used to pay its employees. It is portrayed to be an improvement, one in which all seamless drivers will benefit from, but we knew better. That pay model was designed with one thing in mind and one thing only: to enrich the very platform it serves further by getting away with paying out as low as legally possible to all the Dashers that worked for the company. DoorDash would falsely advertise that drivers would keep 100% of the tips received through the app without fully explaining what was really happening. Years passed. The time is now June 22nd, 2019. There have been talks in the media of consumers finally catching on to DoorDash's little scheme, and as a result, stocks began to drop, and boycotts of the platform started to take hold. Lawsuits were breaking out left and right in almost every state that DoorDash was present. You see, Dashers had been conscious of this outrage since the moment of its conception, but now that Dashers and consumers alike were aware of this disgusting and greedy practice, things were heating up for the company to finally change its ways. Despite being under fire for months, DoorDash's CEO, Tony Zhu, declared that the company would stick to its ways, that they weren't in fact breaking any rules or performing any dubious deeds, that this model was instated to help Dashers by giving them consistent and fair pay. As one can imagine, these words didn't resonate with people at all, not one bit. In the coming days, the internet exploded on community forums, article news websites, and worker threads alike. Tony's words were turned into funny and comical internet jokes, and people could be heard making a mockery of him on the daily. However, it wasn't until a New York Times article was posted fully disclosing how DoorDash had been essentially stockpiling customers' tips by robbing the workers blind that change was really about to come. That very same day, more and more news corporations began creating articles themselves. NBC, Fox, CNN, you name it, and they were posting about it. And that led to Tony Zhu coming out to reprieve what he had stated months before. On that night, a new pay model was announced, one where Dashers will keep 100% of the customers' tips, and whether or not a tip was left, fair, consistent pay will be given per delivery no matter what. People were happy, change was finally coming. Dashers were happy because of the supposed announced increased pay, and consumers were happy that their tips would actually mean something once again. A month went by and nothing happened. People began to wonder if his words were just to save face in the press, and no change was actually to come about? Alas, a week later, an email was sent to all Dashers claiming that the new pay model would roll out by the end of September 2019. So we held our breath for another 4 weeks, and that leads us to where we are today. Hi guys, I hope you liked the first part of this video where I gave my little history lesson of how things started with DoorDash, when they implemented their old pay model back in 2017, all the way up to the present day now. My market literally just got the new pay model like 4 or 5 days ago, and it's been very interesting. Now, there are good things about this new model, and there are bad things. If you are a good Dasher, you are one who takes this job seriously. You're thinking as a business owner, you're making smart choices, you're keeping in mind, how many deliveries am I doing per hour? Does this make sense gas-wise? Is it a good use of my time? Then this new pay model is going to be nothing but gold for you. This is the best thing that's ever happened to you in your DoorDash career. Yes, I just said that, your DoorDash career. It's mine, and there you go. But if you were one of those lackluster Dashers who kind of did this as a side hustle, and I'm not shaming you, I'm just saying you needed to take it a bit more serious. Now, DoorDash, the new pay model, is really going to hurt you so let's get into the negative things, right? Old pay model versus new pay model. Here are the negative things, okay? Market minimums, those, minimums, so say in mine was $6, boom, gone, doesn't exist anymore. Now, the new market minimum is the minimum guarantee that DoorDash was gonna pay you. So we talked about $2 to $10 plus, right? So now that $2, you can get orders that come in and they're literally as low as $2. They're crap, don't accept them, but you will start to see them now because of people that used to, they were kind of chalantly around. They're like, oh, $6, just take whatever comes to me. Didn't really take the job too seriously. And now someone pulled the rug under them. And now they're like, whoa, dude, this is way too low, bro. This pay model sucks. We want the old one back. all these people complaining. You hear on the DoorDash beta forum, when you're a beta tester, everyone's just whining and making up numbers. I hate it so much. I need to get out of there. But yeah, now these people, there is no such thing as market minimums, and they're literally getting $2 offers, and it sucks. I don't need to tell you, you already know that. It sucks. So that's bad. If the customer tips in the new pay model, you feel it more, but that's when you see those $2 offers, because that is still including the whole payment. This is the customer tip plus what DoorDash paid you. So obviously if it's $2, you can tell that the customer left big old goose egg. I think I'm going blind in my left eye. Another bad thing that is kind of weird, it's not really bad, but I just noticed this today. Peak pay was live, it was an extra $1 in the morning shift. And now I noticed that instead of it being on a little side from the offer, like, oh, here's a $3 offer and here's +1 for peak pay, now that $1 peak pay is included in that offer. So if you see $3 and it's during peak pay, you better believe that $1 is already in there. And so it's just something that you can consider. So you can't count on like, oh, I'll just add up all these orders and just add $1 to each. No, that's in the order. It's in what you received, and you should be aware about it. The last bad thing that I can really think of up front is, and this is just completely dependent on your market, is some markets have dropped and there's a higher demand because everyone that used to do it were like, this sucks, this blows. They either got a real job or they went to a different food delivery app. Either way, those markets have gotten an increased high demand. If you were in that market, you're going to see less orders because there's more drivers, and that's the biggest problem with DoorDash currently right now that I can think of is oversaturation. Because if the market is oversaturated, there's more drivers and less deliveries are going to go and ping your phone, and that completely blows. The new pay model, time to get to the goods. Whoosh, whoosh. Let's get to it. Here's the biggest one. No more guessing about the tips. Nick, what do you mean by this? Well, a couple videos ago, I think it was my 10 tips or something, I'll link it in the description. Anyway, I talked about how, accept smarter deliveries, right? Ones that have a high item count. So let me give you an example. There is a restaurant near me, it's called Limoncello. Entrees are average $25, $30 a pop. I can see that if there's a 6-item delivery for Limoncello, wow, that check average is going to be like $150 or something like that. It's going to be great. So I would expect to see a really big tip, maybe $15, $20 plus. So when I would go to complete the delivery and I would swipe, it would say, $10 over the guaranteed amount. That doesn't happen anymore. There is no, what you see is what you get right from the get-go. There is no more guessing, guys. There is no more needing to second guess. So that's why you're going to see some of these absolutely insane offers that you'll see right here. Like I got one here for Hot Walk Cafe. $17 or something for 1 mile. Are you kidding me? I literally was brought to tears. That's how good this offer was, because this kind of stuff didn't exist. You saw a 1 mile delivery back on the old pay model. You'd be happy if you saw $7 or $8. Now this tells you right up front, there's no more guessing, guys. This is how much you're gonna make, and it can lead to stupidly good offers that look like this. It's a no-brainer, and you're actually seeing a lot more of these offers than ever before. The choices are easier. That's great thing number one. Number two, like I did see, if you're someone who who does DoorDash as a full-time career, like me, when I was saying in the bad things that a lot of drivers are dropping off, you're in a vacuum right now. Before, DoorDash starts hiring new drivers or other drivers coming to the area via, DoorDash offers some peak pay or something like that, you're gonna get a lot more deliveries. You're gonna get a lot more opportunities for breakfast and lunch and dinner, and it's just gonna be great. That's a great thing because you're doing more deliveries, and now when they look like that, it's just like, what? Dream come true. I promise you. It's a good thing. Boom. Number three, higher payout no matter what. Remember the old pay model? Guaranteed DoorDash is going to slide you $1. Boom. Magic, right? 2. Now it's 2, anywhere from 2 to 10, and they pay independently of the tip. I'm not 100% sure that they follow that business practice. I've had a couple offers for proof of that. Maybe I'll make it in a different video fully testing my theory. But for the most part, yeah, DoorDash is going to at least pay you an extra $1 per every single more delivery you ever do. So that's good. And more dollars and higher payouts. It's good. That was actually the last benefit of That was actually the last benefit of the new pay model. So now that we have compared and contrasted the old model, we've looked at the bad things about it, and the new model, we've looked at the good and bad things about it. Now it's time to go into review mode. For review mode, how about this? I'm gonna let these offers speak for themselves. Okay, let me give you an example. Back to the imaginary whiteboard. So, back in the old days, if you were going for, most markets are different, it depends really what you're looking for. You're looking for $1 per mile, $1.50, $2, that's up to you. We all have different goals to meet, and it's good to set those goals for yourself. You need to know what you need to be making minimum to meet your goals. My goal was to at least make $1 per mile. At least make $1 per mile. Of course, I'd love, more than that, but $1 per mile, it makes sense with the wear and tear on my car, taxes, bills, life. You gotta make $1 per mile. So I would get an order for Chipotle, and back then, if it was 5 miles for $7, I was happy. I was really happy. But now I see offers that are like $9 a mile. Like, it's the stupidest thing I've ever seen. Like, we were looking at the Hot Walk Cafe, 1 mile for $17. And guys, these aren't extremes. These aren't extremes. I'll look at some more extreme shops. There's Hot Walk, there's Wendy's, there's these little town shops. There's Poke Bros, Hibachi, and they're paying out like mad. The first day, tell you what, guys, for real, the first day, and I'll show you the stats. The first day that this pay model was run was Friday. I made $250 or $230 that day. It was insane, and it never stopped. I was lucky in my market to pull 150 on a Friday night and a Friday morning, but now I'm making an extra $100. That's huge, and I'm working more. I'm sitting in parking lots less, and it's just a great time to be doing DoorDash. So that definitely reinforces my last video, if you haven't seen it. Is DoorDash a full-time job? I wish I knew what I knew now, because now not only can I recommend it, but I can be like, you need to go do DoorDash right now. So yeah, these offers kind of speak for themselves. If you guys would like to see a walkthrough of the new pay model, what offers that I would accept, what offers I would decline. If you would like that video, let me know in the comments below. I'll be happy to make it for you. This video is already too long, and I'm just gonna stop rambling, but listen, if you made it this far, thank you very much. Appreciate you. I love you. Watch one of my other videos if you haven't, and see you in the next one.